I'm Brian, and that's Dez, and every week on PSVR, this week, we take a look at the VR games that are coming to the PlayStation Store this week.
We gather up all the trailers we could find, all the descriptions we could plagiarize, and condense them down to this short video for you.
Sometimes we look at delayed games, or games that are just missing in action altogether.
So without further ado, here's PSVR This Week!
Okay guys, in lieu of, from what I can tell, no new PSVR games this week, let's do something way more fun. Some of this will be common sense, and some of it will be wishful thinking. But either way, here are my top 5 PlayStation VR E3 2018 predictions. Both Sony and third parties have a bunch of games slated for PSVR this year, but what about 2019 and beyond? Well, maybe it's time to start promoting their games that are slightly earlier in development, to remind the naysayers that PS4 isn't dead, and neither is PSVR. And a game that would really get that conversation started would be Farpoint 2. I don't need a full gameplay trailer, but a tone-setting teaser with a new logo would definitely get my blood pumping. I've been going on and on about Fallout 4 for PSVR ever since it was originally announced for PC, and while I think this option is still totally viable, it's beginning to seem more likely that the oft-rumored Fallout 3 Anniversary Edition will be coming to PSVR instead. And considering that most fans see Fallout 3 as the better game, it's a rumor we don't mind entertaining. October will be Fallout 3's 10th birthday, and I can't think of a better way to celebrate the occasion.
I feel so welcome each time.
Yeah, developer Hyperbolic Magnetism already kinda dropped the ball on this one, announcing Beat Saber for PSVR, well, what seems like forever ago. But with its insane popularity on PC, and all mention of PlayStation VR disappearing from their trailers and website, it's time to reconfirm that Beat Saber is indeed heading our way, and hopefully soon.
No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. I rejected.
This one sounds like a no-brainer. With 2013's Infinite being the last proper entry in the series, the BioShock franchise is in desperate need of a revival. The original BioShock was already so atmospheric that a straight port to PSVR would bring the underwater city of Rapture to life, and give proper attention to every Big Daddy encounter. The team at Ghost Story Games, formerly Irrational, is too small for a full-fledged AAA sequel, but just big enough to bring this classic back from the dead.
No! No! No!
Obviously, I love scary games, and no game has ever been scarier than playing Resident Evil 7 in VR. Capcom has made no secret of Resident Evil 2 Remake's existence, and remaking that masterpiece in RE7's RE engine would be the most logical and cost-effective way to do so. And lucky for us, the PlayStation VR faithful, that engine was designed to make porting games into PSVR about as easy as possible. The only thing keeping me from believing this rumor is that it's simply too good to be true.
You really gonna go through with this?
So I'll ask you, Samurai.
There simply aren't enough PlayStation VRs out in the world for any third party to justify the cost of developing a AAA game. They'd never recoup their losses, so it's time for Sony to put their own money where their mouth is. If they believe so strongly in PlayStation VR as the future of gaming, as we all know it is, then they, as a company, need to take a major loss developing a blockbuster game that will sell headsets to the masses. Or just pay Rockstar to bring us Grand Theft Auto 5. You know, whatever's easier. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to PSVR this week.
We'll be back next week to tell you about all the VR games coming to the PlayStation Store.
But keep in mind that no one outside of Sony really knows what games are coming when.
But we'll do our best to keep you up to date each and every week on PSVR
this week.